MU extension coming in at 9, and we have Great River coming in, and then we've got a road trip, right? And then we'll come back if Linda needs us to come back and take up other business. So with that, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. I found minutes for the 7th, 8th, and 9th on my desk this morning. If you've had a chance to review those, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes as they're written.
I'll second that.
Motion second to approve the minutes for January 7th, 8th, and 9th. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Minutes approved. I didn't bring my agenda in with me, but I think we're in budget and general county business. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and knock out the mundane everyday stuff. All right. All the mundane stuff. Okay.
Well,
You want to start reading just some numbers next?
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and jump into budget and see if we can't get closer to the finish line here.
So, if you guys will, because mine have become a whole different organizational system than what yours
no,
is.
right, yeah.
So, if you'll start with the second tab, I think, which is other funds.
Other?
Mm-hmm. I think those are closed up if we go through them. And then you tell me what you got. That's what I was going to say. And then Randy and I can both find them.
You what, law enforcement?
Sales tax.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab my pencil.
Yeah. You got that new pencil, you liking it?
That's over.
We may start selling those down with this store.
Yeah.
What do you get, a number 2 or
Mhm.
3 or whatever?
2.
Oh, that one.
It's a
okay.
2.
Sharp ladder number 2.
Yeah.
So we're on LEST then?
Correct.
And this is where, if you guys have anything different than I do, or we're thinking through and talking through something that I didn't pick up at all, or maybe a second thought. Okay, so LEST, we're showing sales tax of $1 million on page 38.
Excuse me.
1,000,001, 5,000 interest. Total revenues of 1,105,000. Expenses out of LEST, contingencies 60, transfer out to 911 850, transfer out Laclede 12,500, and law enforcement equipment 25,000. So the total is 947,500. Both of those carry over to the front page.
Okay,
Yes, more
you're
questions?
going faster than I'm working this morning. So on page 40,
Yeah, okay.
detailed expenditures, I just want to make sure.
Scratch that last line that you have,
Yep.
because that got revamped as to where it was going to.
And
Okay, and then change. Okay, so you should have 60, 850, 12,500, and 25.
Yep.
Which gives you a new total of 947,500.
That's what I've got.
Then 947,500 comes over to line 5 on the front page.
7.
which gives you in number 8, a new cash ending of 252, 391, 53. Is there anything about this fund that needs a second thought that you're aware of?
Where'd that go?
Capital improvement.
Okay. Just refresh my memory here.
That's okay. That's what we're here to think through and make sure we got it.
As 911 reserve.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I need. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's pretty much in line with what I had.
Okay, good.
Pretty much in line with what was in my head.
Okay, who's your next?
If we're going right in that same
Yeah,
fund,
go on the
capital
same.
improvement,
Okay, capital improvement. So page 43. Flip one more, if you will. So start at the top, interest 20,000, 911 reserve interest 1,000, and then CD interest 50,000. I do have a question in this. 911 contingency, City of Lebanon interest, that matching equipment fund has 1,000. City of Lebanon for contract is 50 to transfer over, plus our match that wasn't already sitting in capital improvement that we're going to use, which is 4,610.39, making a total of 54,610.39. Do you guys have that?
mm-hmm,
Okay.
that's what I
Then,
had.
huh,
I said, that's what I had.
okay. And then add to number 7 a line
Mhm.
that says 911 equipment reserve.
Yeah,
And then that total is 1,045,225. And that total then becomes for revenues 1,171,835.39. Okay, to expenses. Here's where I am believing I may know the answer, but okay, so the top one is projects, and that is in case we have the front doors, handicap, if repair and upkeep needs to, whatever, we have this reserve so that it is there in case we need to do some building upkeep. OEM capital reserve left still remaining is 7,359.20. 911 equipment, I talked to James, and I think Randy got to speak with him too, and he said that Nelson Systems, which is the CAD
The
recording
recording. Mhm.
system, would be positively under 100,000, but he does not have a bid yet, so he doesn't have a solid number. I said, so if I ballparked you, and I said, would it be under 100? He said it should be 70, 75. So I'm like, okay, then if we set it here, you should make it down below. The question is there then anything else that we want to keep a budget for open? Because once we close it, then we won't be able to open it back up to further equipment this year, which he doesn't have bids yet, so I don't know how.
Unless it's an emergency.
Yeah, unless it's an emergency. Yeah. But just in the normal routine operating, transferring out, moving forward kind of thing. Everything else is, as he said, doesn't keep him awake at night.
I'm inclined to believe it at that 100,000. The other proposal that we heard, I think, could legitimately be a 2027, 2028. And I would like to see the proposal come in from Vesta, so we're able to compare possibility of two different vendors and also be able to evaluate what their maintenance fees are. So I would be okay if we left it at this amount myself.
Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable with that, with, like you said, with having that other, and that way we can compare.
And then the second CD, are we planning on putting 750, at least as a generality, back in again? Because I didn't write that in here yet, so.
I think we would be,
Yeah.
if we are consistent with putting the interest back into GR and keeping the two CDs at the 1 million. So that one would be, instead of $1,025,000, that was $1 million, right? Okay. And then put that one back at 750. And whatever interest that has earned, we put that back into GR, if possible.
Okay, so I'm gonna write
Is that-
750 in here.
Okay.
Yep.
So that'll make a new total on capital improvement of 1,707,359.20.
And that's it under expenditures.
That's under expenditures.
Okay.
Then that total needs to move to the front on line 5. 1,707,359.20. Which gives us a new ending balance on 8 of 2,390,601.07. Who's your next one?
Health insurance fund.
Health insurance. Page 46. Deduction through contribution of employees, 45,000. Interest, next page 2,000. Transfer from employee contributions, 1,217,260, for a total of 1,264,260. Expenditures, health insurance premium on the major medical, 1,080,820. HRA, 181,440. And then I changed the next line from 50 to 70. Which would then,
Yeah, that's where I was at. Trying to get into that. Where my hand goes, yours must go like, kinda like mine does.
which would give you a new total of 1,332,260. And would give you an ending balance of 3,957.60. And I hope all those numbers don't come true.
Have we had any additional communication from the new provider? Everything moving along as
Yeah.
we expected it to be?
Yeah, I think this has nothing to do with money, but something that you tell people or see people, something I forgot about was the fact that the dental and vision is still on the old card. I'm used to a rotation of you get a new card, you put it in your old one, you pull it out, and then whenever we had somebody go, I need a dental card, and it was to keep your old one.
Mm-hmm.
We don't throw away our old health insurance when we get a new health insurance if we've got dental and vision, so you might tell people that.
Yeah, because Jared just had that the other day, I think.
Yeah, I didn't think about that ahead of time. With Anthem having them all connected on one card, you just get a new card, you replace it, but all is well. We can get a copy of the old one if they do. Who you got next?
CDT.
CDT. Sales tax, 2,000,007. Interest, 25,000. Expenses. Everything's stayed the same, with the exception of number 4, that went from 45 to 65. Then that changed. Make sure that's with the 4.
Oh, yeah, bless you.
I think I changed that one. Yeah, I did. Okay, so the new total on expenses, which they're in another spot now. They're on page 52. Grand total expenditures. If you write that total in. Yeah, it's in the middle of the page. It's a weird spot. So it becomes 3,305,000. And then that transfers over to line 5 on the front page. Sorry. 3,305,000, which gives you a new cash balance on line 8. 500,503,773,21.
Can you repeat that number for me, please?
Absolutely. 503,773,21.
Thank you.
Who you got next? Or any questions? We will rework that bottom portion of it. Just the identifiers.
Opioid.
Opioid. That's in there. I just saw it. Opioid has literally not changed. So the front page should say that you end up with a cash balance on line 8 of 1,872,38. Correct?
I got 1,800.
Yeah. Right
gonna say,
numbers, wrong value. 1,000. I'm in the millions on
I was
these
like,
numbers.
wow, we can do some stuff with opioid.
Yeah.
This is going to get better.
1,872,38.
All right, that matches what I
That is better. It literally didn't change. Who
You
you
know,
got next?
all them other bigger
So we
numbers there.
carried over 33,345.
We got some in that wasn't a part of the schedule. So just like
Oh,
now,
I
we're-
trust your numbers. It just seemed a little high when I glanced at it.
for your expectancy of what we spent, yeah. We
Mhm.
got revenue in by the budget. We're sitting here now, but if we get new money, then we're gonna carry a higher
New money
balance
brings in, yeah. And I think we did have that. You mentioned something on that one I had. Because you said, I remember you saying new monies.
Yeah.
Let's change it. American Rescue Plan?
Okay, ARPA. Well, that one's easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's zero.
I've got zeros everywhere.
$0.00 million.
Yes.
Right. So now what do you wanna go to?
You tell me.
We're out of that
next
tab?
Next tab,
Okay, other accounts?
yeah. Who's first? Who's on first?
Mike Cheek,
Office or postage?
office.
General office.
Okay, general office supply, 9,000.
Hmm.
Carried over and done?
Yep.
Next,
Postage for Mike Cheek.
postage, revenues are 4,000 on the front page.
Mhm.
That one, it's still the same number, it's just where I located at after we have some other discussions. So 4,100 and 100. And on expenses, postage, 80,000. 5,040 for the machine lease and 1,400 for supplies, which supplies didn't have anything spent last year. So
Yeah, I think Leanna had anticipated getting ahead of that, so I think she ordered
ahead,
yeah, that's why we didn't have any.
so that one's been carried over and done. No more discussion. At any time, if you've got discussions, speak up. Next one.
Looks like we have Linda Cansler, general revenue.
The big long one. Okay. It looks like that one. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So sales tax, 2,000,007. Reimbursement, 3,000. Revenue, 2. I'm just gonna go down. 3,000, 2,200, 10,000, 1,200, 1,350,000. I don't know that transfer if that exists yet because I don't have a budget yet to pull that from on the tax maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
Employee benefits, 1,000,005.
1,000,005.
Yeah, 1,005.
Okay.
Insurance reimbursement. The Conway deputy is over in the sheriff's side, so that's why there's nothing in there.
So, okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
written. It's written.
I
in
had
the
five.
budget.
Conway
Yeah.
deputy reimbursement.
Yeah, you'll see that in the sheriff's
Okay,
side.
we had 33,600 here, so we're striking
We're
it.
pulling it?
Yeah, just scratch it. It doesn't need to be two places. That's
Okay,
the
okay.
situation to it.
Okay.
Then go to insurance
Good
reimbursement.
morning.
500. Good morning.
Morning.
Let's stop.
Okay.
Let's stop here. Morning,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Morning.
Hello.
Where's everybody?
Doing well, sir, yourself?
Good, good.
You bet.
How you doing, Bill?
Doing good.
Eric, good to see you. Morning.
Good morning, Ed.
Randy, good morning. Linda, good morning.
Good morning, Ed. How are you?
I'm good. Good. You want to take one of these?
I think
Or do
we
you have
got
one?
one. Yeah, I think we have one.
You have them? Okay.
It's in what we were just at. It's in one of those.
On back?
Uh-huh.
I'm getting over Dennis to be sick, so I'm not gonna keep it.
Thank you.
And notice Ed, he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm not sitting next to you.
I don't need it.
That was last week. This is a new week.
B1.
Everywhere. I should have like that one.
Find it?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're missing one, aren't we? Miss Della.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. You bet.
Ed, hand me one. I've got it somewhere. Thank
You
you.
guys need one?
No, we've got.
Good, good. Okay.
So Ed, we'll let you present, and if we have any questions, we'll follow up after you present it.
Anyway, this is our proposal that we've submitted this year. You can see that we've estimated for salary this year at 35,360.
the Social Security 2192, and Medicare portion, that's 512. So the total on that amount for salary is $38,065 and change. For our office expenditures, of course, we have insurance, $1,500, advertising, $750, postage, $100, telephone, you can see there. I guess I'll read, you want me to read every one of these?
No.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, so for office expenditure, we've estimated $6,500.
There you go.
Our other items down below at $1,360, page over. Specialist mileage this year, and I think that is one up from last year. That's estimated to be this year at $3,216. County mileage, that's other mileage, $900. So $4,116. Our other items down at the bottom, which include a variety of things, membership, subscriptions, council expenses, open house, state fair, family, etc. At $1,450, which brings it to a total of $51,491.04. So that's what we've estimated our costs next year to be. That's what we're submitting.
What was your county mileage last year?
Oh. What do you pay per month?
Oh, just
can't
can't
remember.
I don't know that number off the top of my head. I think this was pretty much based on the mileage for last year. It's just, I think,
Using the same mileage is different.
Did you use the same monies?
So she's saying that last year it was 260 a month. I mean, take that times 12, it's 3120, and so it went up to 3216. So the way that the county mileage works is the university does a 3-year rolling average, and so they take the last 3 years of all of the mileage. When it talks about county mileage, so we pay all of Leslie's mileage in the county, all of what was Della's mileage in the county. But then when we have other specialists come in and do programs, it pays for their mileage as well. So like when we did the open house, all of those that came in for the open house, we pay them mileage. So that number is set with us from the university, because we pay a portion of it. I should say that as well. We pay a portion of the university. And mileage reimbursement matches the state rate, and it did go up this past year just a little bit, and so that's another reason for that. So next year, our mileage could be lower. It's a 3-year rolling average, so it depends on what programs we have throughout that year. So Ashley's travel is not in here because her travel is covered with the grant. So, and my travel does not come out here, so it's just the specialists that come in and Leslie's.
So Ed, just looking at year to year, you're asking for, well, I don't know what you're asking for. But the number that's written in here is $51,491.04, and last year we budgeted and approved $50,000. So if the commission gives consideration to increasing your budget or not, I guess you can make adjustments to that $1,491.04 reluctantly, I'm sure, but I'm just doing a year-to-year comparison there, and
right,
just
it's up a
put-
little bit. The biggest thing, and you know, it may not be penciled out as accurately as maybe it should be, but I think one of the biggest things this year, you know, several items may go down this year. The mileage may be less this year, although it's still on an average, like was stated, is advertisement. We have plans and hopes this year of doing more advertising of one form, or whatever form that may take, but to try to get the word out of what the extension does, to also get the word out for our Master Gardeners program, to also get the word out, especially for our 4-H programs, and to try to figure a way that we can get those informations out on a timely fashion. So when there's events coming up, or sign-ups coming up, or special education education folks coming in to do programs, that we can get those words out quicker. And I'm not sure, we've looked at some billboarding, we've looked at internet, we've looked at some other things. I don't know that we've honed it into exactly one thing. We've actually recently done some talk about getting some type of a signage over here that's actually maybe a billboard type thing that can be changed. Not necessarily a scrolling marquee, but maybe something that, we can get word out a little faster. So advertising is probably one of the things that we anticipate is going to go higher this year.
And we did add the open house on it. We enjoyed that last year. We thought it was really good. So we did add that, but that's obviously that's a luxury.
But it wasn't expensive.
Okay.
And was a good turnout.
So do we have any questions of Ed?
No, I believe most everything's pretty well there.
Okay. Do any of the other MU contingency wish to speak?
Crystal? Just always got to throw that out there, right? I mean,
She has strep throat.
Oh.
She can't talk this morning.
I do know that as far as Della's position, human development position, what I am told is that it is what they call a core position. And so while it will still have to go through, there's a new basically procedure that every single employee of MU has to go through. It's an approval process, not employee position. And so anywhere from a maintenance position all the way up to professorship has to go through this committee to get approval for the position. So the position is approved with an extension. It has to go through that process. And of course, they only meet every 2 weeks or once a month, something like that. And so as soon as that, because Della's last day was actually right when we got back from the break, so what was it, the second, something like that. So now it has been sent to them, so I don't foresee it not being approved, but it's a process.
Yeah.
So, but I am told that position will be refilled, or will be opened back up. Let me put it that way.
you bet.
Do you expect the legislature to approve any additional funds this year?
For higher education?
I didn't
You're asking
specify.
questions way beyond my pay grade
Okay.
there.
All right. All right. Okay. So Leslie, 4-H, did the additional funds that we used out of the ag tour, had those worked out well for you?
It did. We had 11 4-H members apply for that grant. Everybody got the money they asked for. We are going to write checks on February 2nd for those 4-H members. At our council meeting, you guys are welcome to attend that, and those kids are going to talk about what they asked for, how they're going to spend that money. Once they have that money spent, they will bring me the receipts. We can bring those to you guys so that you can see exactly what your money went towards. We do have a little bit left over. I think what we're going to do with that, I have some new projects planned, and so I'm going to see if those project leaders need supplies to be able to teach those kids, and we'll spend that money that way, but we will get it all spent.
We don't have a problem spending.
No. No, and those kids are very,
Most people
very
don't.
appreciative.
And then just a note, since we moved MU up front, I think that's worked out real well. I hope you agree. I hope the space is working well for you. We've not asked you to incur any utilities, so as we go through budget and the generosity of the commission is given consideration. I don't intend that we would do that this year as well, but we have in the past we have asked the tenant there to help offset the utilities. So know that we don't intend that you incur any utility charges this year, and that does add up over there too. So we are making that contribution that maybe you don't see firsthand, but
It's appreciated.
Yeah.
and then so Ed, I guess what we'll do is we wrap up budget this week. We'll make a decision whether or not we would increase that to cover your budget request. And again, I'm assuming that's what your budget request
That
is.
is the request.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then and then we'll let you know probably by the end of this week. We're hoping to get everything wrapped up. So that'd be okay.
That would be wonderful.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
You know, we're gonna be going through, council elections here shortly.
That's right. Okay.
We will also, next month, I believe on the 19th, be having our annual dinner.
Is that this month or February?
February the 19th.
Yeah.
And your alterations, I know.
So hopefully we
I
will. see
pinned it.
there.
I've got it pinned up in my office.
We expect it to be even bigger and better than last year, so. We hope to see you there, all of you.
Yeah, go ahead and rent your tux.
What day of the week set on?
Yeah, not happening.
Thursday?
Not happening.
Request the press meeting as well.
Yeah, we got that.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we appreciate what you do for the county and appreciate you being here this morning. And as we said, we'll let you know what our decision is.
Thank you much.
We thank you for
Appreciate
your
you.
considerations.
You bet. Have a good day, gentlemen. Thank you, Ed. Good to see you.
Ed, I don't think any of us are sick, but we don't know.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not, so.
We'll figure that out in the next 24 hours. Right? See you, ladies. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
No, that would be tomorrow. I don't know why.
What?
Chuck
Okay.
was here. We don't know. Okay, so at this time, we'll hit the pause button on budget. So Jeremy, welcome. I think you want to do a road trip. Is that correct? So I'll let you go after I let Lyndol speak. So Lyndol, you want
to get a sunshine or what?
Okay, I'm not the sunshine expert. I should be, but Linda, would you want to address that?
We can get a form, yeah.
Get a form? Okay. Okay.
Thank
Linda, not to cut you off anything.
No, I understand.
Okay, so Linda will get that for you, and then Jeremy, welcome. It's good to see you again. And I think Joe and Erik are gonna Road and Bridge Foreman's gonna be here at 9:30, I think.
I've seen them working.
And
Probably about 9:50.
you guys jump in that truck and go look at those bridges and so forth. So with that, Lyndall, you sure you're
I'm
good?
fine. You
You're
know me
good.
better than that, Ray. If I got something to say, I'll say it. You know me.
You've never been bashful, but I just wanted.
Well, I know you got business you gotta take care of.
All right. So with that, then Jeremy, I'll give you the floor, and we'll let you inform us on your new role and your new capacity, and what you might want the commission as a whole to know outside of those two bridges, or including those two bridges. So you've got the floor, Jeremy.
Okay, so I have a new business card, and I handed out a couple of these last week, and the commissioner goes, well, they did change your name. Took him an entire hour to realize that
That
it wasn't with Smithy Company anymore.
Yeah, that's
I was
right.
like, what?
Thanks, sir.
That's pretty funny. Yep, might as well have that too.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I was with Smithy Company for 15 years, and I do love those guys. Not saying that I don't miss some of them and call them almost every day. But Great River has approached me 5 years ago, and I almost jumped ship then. But you know, they have rapidly grown, continue to hire more and more professionals every day. And I have found out that one of the best things a person can do for his career is change it, which has all worked out pretty well. found out that we do over half of all the county bridges in the state. So that means we do more bridges than all other firms combined, which is wild. I had no idea. 15 years ago, that was not the case. And in fact, I think 15 years ago, Smith Company probably did more bridges than they did. They have just had a different mindset on growth, hiring young, new talent, and you can sure make people happier when you got plenty of people to help on a project. And I think that's the biggest thing. Biggest takeaway is it's been a whirlwind. It's been pretty wild. Nothing's better as far as that goes. You know, I think 15 years of doing bridges for counties in the Boot Hill, counties in the Ozark, counties that are struggling, you know, that's become an art, which is, I think, obviously why they asked if I would join their team.
Because you're an artist.
In a way. I told my daughter that there's all kinds of forms of art, and even though she's going for a computer-aided art, something with business, I was like, that's a form of art. So is hunting.
That's right. You bet. Come on.
It's an art.
Whoa. Let's stop there. We have two bridges that we have to look at this morning. With these two and you, I'm like, that might be a dangerous journey today.
It's all right. We're going on a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every day.
I don't know if they'll give you their favorite spots or not, though, Jeremy. They
Probably won't. If they were wise.
We might come by a couple of them.
I might only have one eye, but I know a good spot when I see it.
10 for it. You bet.
But no, anyway, just to make it short, never have got any positive news on Livingston. That's kind of been a heartbreak because I tell everybody that 3 times in my career I've approached MoDOT and argued with their assessment on a bridge, and 2 times they've agreed with me and moved on and let a county fund the project, and you're the only one that hasn't. It drives me crazy. So anyway, Livingston is still in the same spot. I've not given up. I'm going to keep pushing them.
Yeah. So have you talked with Joni on that?
Multiple times.
Yeah. And recently?
Not very recently, but I'm definitely going to before the next call for projects, which is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, because when we did the BRO recommendation or whatever that we did, Livingston was definitely discussed at that, and Joni was familiar with it, and
she recommended us going ahead and putting it in.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then nothing. So
there wasn't anything there, but that doesn't preclude that there couldn't be something this next round.
Got in the door.
They would have to so when is your next inspection? Is it happening now or was it last spring?
It was last year.
Yeah.
Last spring. Okay.
Yeah, last spring. Mm-hmm.
So half the counties in the state do it, you know, they split it up it's every 2 years. So long story short is it's still in the same boat. So it's not on the eligibility list is what I'm getting at. Because I looked at your eligibility list this morning.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is on the eligibility list? Should be 2 or 3.
Where did I lay my phone?
Yeah,
Lyndol, take it.
there's one back there.
There we go. Oh. Elk Road and Arbor Road.
Nation's not on there, and that's one we're going to look at.
Elk Road and Arbor Road. Assuming it's been updated. But I'll tell you this, I've been working on a project for Wayne County for a couple of years.
You know about those, don't you?
It was qualifying for a FEMA disaster, right? And so they went through the planning commission. Planning commission was working on getting FEMA to approve this project, and just keeps dragging out, and you know, and so planning commission would email me, and I'd give them something else, and anyway, this whatever they applied for here a couple weeks ago, they got an email back and said that, you know, failed again, and I said, well, let me just see the the inspection report, the MoDOT inspection report. So I looked and it had a 20.3 sufficiency rating, 4 tons. And I was like, well then by MoDOT's own definition, it's eligible for full funding, even though it's not on their list. So I emailed MoDOT, the area bridge engineer, and I said, you need to put this on your list. It's got a 20.3% structural sufficiency rating, which by your definition, then it's eligible for full funding. You need to get it on the list because that's what Wayne County wants to build. So all this time they've been trying to go through FEMA, and it's not on their eligibility list if you look online, but it's got to be. So they're looking into that. So my point is you got it re-inspected last year. Do you happen to have a copy of the last year's inspection report?
Yep, I do it in my office. Mm-hmm.
Won't you grab that if you know where you're?
Let's-
I
yeah,
think
let's
I
look at
can
it.
get mine, but I was thinking Nation was on there.
No.
I don't recall going and looking at this last
Okay.
spring.
And maybe,
We did look at Arbor, and we did look at Elk.
and Elk's the one that I think we wouldn't necessarily want to invest tons of money in that one. Isn't that the one that we need to convert to?
How much of it do you want?
Potentially.
Convert to what?
Well, we would expect the artist to tell us that, because that one, the traffic count's about 2, maybe 10, something like that.
On the list it says 40.
Oh, really? Okay.
But
I'm not sure
what
that's
I
what you-
got at about 30 seconds ago was I don't always trust what MoDOT has. So
Correct, yeah. Because just like what we have discussed and said before, numbers will give you a story, but it's not always as true.
yeah, that's for sure. Is there only one bridge on Livingston?
What's that?
It says funding eligibility, full funding.
Mm-hmm. And that's what really surprised that it's not on there.
And this was done last spring.
Mm-hmm. March.
Definitely need a copy of that. I'm gonna set that out. All right, then let's go back to the other.
Go back to Nate, see if you find Nation on there, because that's the other one we want you to look at today. I think Steve had indicated that it was on the list there, and it is load restricted right now. I don't know what the tonnage is, but it does have a load limit on it, and they do have agricultural vehicles that cross that are multiple times the load limit probably.
I wonder how many counties Independence. Wonder how many counties I've looked at their list and it's just not been updated.
Jeremy, you can come up to the table if you want.
Yeah, you can put it up here on the table, brother.
Yeah, that'd be a whole lot easier. How was everybody's Christmas, by the way?
Better than I deserve, for sure.
Yep, that's how I feel.
That's your farmhouse coming.
I am almost done finally, and my wife is gonna murder me
Oh,
because
will this be a 48 hours or 2020? I'll be.
How to do it in summer.
yeah.
Will be
So
will be
here's
disguised as
a,
a
and I
hunting
hate to,
accident.
I hate admitting this, but our bedroom was the last priority, and so we've been living in the man cave, which is pretty big.
So you know you're on recording, just FYI. Just in case your wife is listening.
Long story short, I promised her I would get our bedroom finished by Christmas, and then I wound up with, you can't tell it now, it healed up great, but I wound up with 5 stitches because I was working at 1 o'clock in the morning with a new utility knife on something I've done a lot of times in my life. But
She's such a good medical attention to you.
yeah, she was like, well, stitches for you. It was pretty bad. Cut that sucker. I mean, it was bad. Well, so she takes me to the clinic at 1 o'clock in the morning and sews me up. I had a meeting. I had to leave at 5 the next morning. It's going to be the last one I get to.
I don't think they're in alphabetical order.
But long story short, it is very beautiful. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and the bedroom has got a first coat of paint on it the other night.
You bet.
So it looks good.
Did you change the structure at all, or did you leave all that intact and just did the?
So the whole back, so it was 2-story double porch front, and then the back come off, it stepped in a little bit, and a single story where the kitchen, stuff like that was. And I wanted to save it, but that was, it went into the hill, you know, all the joists were essentially on, by that point it was only one rock, you know, and on the ground, and I wound up just tearing that entire section off, dug down, regraded the entire thing, rocked the hill around it where I could have positive drainage away from it, dug down, put a 36-inch deep crawl space and concrete the whole slab. That way all the rest of my life, at least that portion of the house, I could roll around on a creeper under it.
There you go.
But I did keep it the same style, so you know, and then of course added a big porch that come out off of that. And then the front portion, I've just slowly rebuilt the entire thing. Shored it, new joist, complete new foundation, everything. I might as well have just built a new house. It would have been a lot easier. But it's all right. Built character, and my kids suffered for several years.
It's more character.
More character.
That's right.
They know how to pour concrete now, including under a house.
There you go.
You said
Nation.
nation. Okay, that's native. Anyway,
We should just split that with you.
almost the end. So there's 2 of them. Branch of Panther Creek and Panther Creek. This one is 88%. That can't be it. Okay. And then Athens Road. Okay.
You want copies of these
Mhm.
2?
I do, yeah. Yeah, we all got a lot of character built out of that whole journey. Looking back financially, it was a genius move. You know, I got another 160 acres out of it. The house is gorgeous. It's 4,000 square feet, and I owe $300,000 on the whole thing. So
You bet.
that was a pretty, financially, that was, I mean, I had it framed up. I just had it framed up and dried in, and I got offered $800 for it. So I know the profit on it, you have to sell it, but Lord willing, that'll never be the case. Maybe my
There you
kids
go.
one day, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, there's a nice feeling of being home.
Okay, so Jared's here, going to, and I'm staying here, cause they'd make me ride in the back if I went.
In between us,
The bed.
If I, exactly, and,
somebody's got to get in the cooler.
so, you meeting Steve first at Nation?
I would say so, yeah. Whenever we get ready to leave here, I was gonna make contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, well, wish you the best with your new company. I'm sure it will be a good move for you. It sounded like last time we talked. So,
Yep, I've enjoyed it. My new, the guy who started the company is like one of the most positive people I've ever been around. And he'll call me about every other week and be like, how are you enjoying it? Are you happy? And I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
It's good, but
Right.
it's, he's like super positive. I love that. And I was at my wit's end just about trying to like take care of the MoDOT billing and all that. And Billy, my engineering manager passed away. He's 48 years old. That was unexpected. And I'd worked with him for 13 years. But his goal always, if we were to able to grow people-wise, was that I would continue in this role of essentially doing what I'm getting to do now. I told the head of our bridge division, I said, I've done this so many times, depending on, you got to look at a project finances backwards, especially in the Ozarks, because sometimes your floodplain's a mile wide. Well, you can't build it. You can't afford that. You know what I mean? So you look at it finances backwards. Reduce the overtopping frequency with what people can live with. Build a nice structure that you can afford. But anyway, I told the head of our bridge and I said, I think if I was to ever lose my right eye, I could probably walk a creek and still know what it needs. Because I've done it so many times. But Billy's goal was always that I continue the client relationship, figure out what they need, and send it back to Draftsman, and I'm not doing billing no more. That's insane. It was the most financially retarded move a company could ever do. Why would they pay me to spend 2 weeks out of my month billing? It just doesn't make sense. You should have a billing department.
I think we just received an email from MoDOT this morning for one of the last, hopefully the last invoice from Atlanta.
Which means the final closeout paperwork is finally approved.
Yeah. Yep. Did you get that?
No.
I'll forward it.
So they won't ever send the very last one until all of the final closeout documents are approved.
Okay.
That makes sense.
This one was about 7,800, something like that.
1,700.
77 or 7,800.
I was going to say that's low. Usually they try to keep, a little bit more than enough to make the case. It's like an incentive for the contractor to get all of his paperwork in. So I did like that contractor a lot.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
They were easy to work with.
KCI.
Yeah.
Capital, and I know Capital's huge, and Capital did a project for me. It's a $4 million bridge, and that's had some difficulties, but that was going on during the same time period. But I did enjoy working with KCI. So anyway,
Yeah, you should have got it.
All
right.
Get this road on the show.
Jeremy, I'll see you maybe, or do you get to go to our
Yes.
training?
I'm gonna
Hopefully I'll see you there, okay?